Assalamu alaikum, and I welcome you all to your online classes again. This is your English class, and today I'm going to teach you a literature chapter which is in this book, that is English Understand and Communicate, book 1. So you have to take this book to get that chapter. Now I'm going to open this book on that page number so that we will start our today's work. So on the content page over here we have a chapter which is lesson number 9. Here you go with the lesson number 9, that is life in the country, and that is on page number 52. So I'm going to open this book on page number 52. Yes, I have this page where you have lesson number 9, life in the country, and here you have this chapter, life in the country, page number 53. So the name is indicating that life in the country. This country doesn't mean that like Pakistan, a country that has many cities or districts inside it. This country means that a place that is similar to, or that is basically like rural areas, like the villages or the towns that are not well developed. So this chapter is about the life in the villages or in the country or in the towns that are not well developed. They are letting us know about how the people there do live their life over there, how do used to survive, or how do they used to have each and everything of their requirement in the countryside. So this chapter is taken from the book that is From the Highway by Patrick Mackay. So today I'm going to tell you about a short summary or a little bit summary of this chapter, that what is this chapter about, or what is there, or what are they letting us know. So this chapter is basically about a family, and in this family there are two children. One's name is Kim, and the second one is Julie, which is his sister. So Kim and Julie are two sister and brother, and Kim is a boy and Julie is his sister. They live with their mother and father on the hillside of a very beautiful valley, and their father was a farmer, and their family lived in a little farmhouse. And that little farmhouse is used to found on to the steep hillside above a small village in the bottom of the valley. And on the farm they had some few sheep and cows, and there they also had a small orchard and two cornfields. Kim and Julie, their family is not was not a very rich family. Their life was difficult to survive. They grew good corn and fruit and vegetables. They raised good sheep and cows. And their father had to take his produce to a town, and this small town 2 hours journey away to sell it. It means their way the way of their surviving a life is not an easy task to their father has to sell his all products or produce which he used to grow with a lot of hard work to small other towns that are 2 hours journey away from there. And their father used to sell all his products over there, and he did not always get a very good price for his fruit, vegetables, corn and milk in this small town. He often used to say, I wish I could sell my produce in a big city where I could get a better price. Kim and Julie loved the countryside round their home. They often used to sit on the mountainside beside the little farm and look at the winding river that flowed through the valley. They liked to collect wild berries, and they used to take them home to their mother who cooked them. Sometimes they used to cross the old stone bridge on the other side of the river where there were caves to explore and trees to climb. That side of valley was wild and untamed. Nothing lived there except birds and small wild animals. The village was always very quiet, as we all know very well that the life in the country differs very much than the life in the city side. The people who lived there were busy working in their fields during the day, and they all are basic, and all of them were farmers. Most of the men or women working over there are farmers. All of them had lived in the village for all of their life and had never left the village for more than one day at a time. On these days, when they left their village, they got up early in the morning to visit the town. They brushed and harnessed their horses and filled their carts and lorries with fruits and vegetables and sheep and cans of milk. And then they went to the market in the small towns that are at 2 hours journey from their villages or their towns to sell all their products. They come home in the evening, not with their products, not with their materials, but with a little bit amount of money in their hands, and perhaps a present for their children as well. So that was their life, hard and simple but not unhappy. So this is a chapter which is about life in the country, that the people who were living or who are living in the countryside, like small towns or villages where there are not much availability of modern comforts, but they live there a happy life that is very simple but a little bit hard, because they have to grow their all the products for a certain time, and then they have to collect all their materials, and then they get their that material to other towns to sell those, and then they get back to home in the evening with some money that is much not enough for their survival, but they do come. And when they do come in the evening, they usually have a present for their children. So this is all their life which they used to spend in the countryside. So this is about this chapter, which is life in the country, which is lesson number 9. Here you have, and you can see this title page of this chapter. Now it's time to move towards the back exercises of this chapter. The very first is meaning in context. So basically we have to find out the meaning of these words according to the context that is present in the chapter. So the very first one is clung to the steep hillside. Its answer is stick to the steep side of hill. Life was difficult for them. They were not rich. Raised good sheep and cows. They had healthy sheep and cows. His produce, its answer is products produced at his farm. 2 hours journey away, its answer is it took 2 hours to reach town. Did not always get a very good price. He didn't earn a better price for his produce. Wild tangle of forest and cliffs, nets of forest and mountains. There were no real roads. There were no proper roads. Wild and untamed. No human has been there, only birds and animals lived there. A long day's hard work, full day's struggle.